Welcome to Rest Reviews. My name is Daniel. The 98th Academy Awards are just around the corner, taking place on March 15th, 2026, and celebrating the films of 2025. So today, we're talking Oscars. I have been following the movie awards race for months. I have also seen every nominee for the Oscars this year. It's time to give my final predictions for who I think will win, and I'll also let you know who I would vote for if I had a ballot. Alright, so we're gonna get going with the shorts categories first. Let's start with Best Animated Short. The nominees are Butterfly, Forever Green, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, Retirement Plan, and The Three Sisters. A lot of people have this one pegged as going to Butterfly. It's a really beautiful short, very painterly, but I actually think that Forever Green is going to take the win. It has a AFI jury prize under its belt, and it also has a really friendly, nice look to it that's easy for mainstream audiences, which the Oscars love, of course. And it has a bear, and they love shorts with animals, so it makes sense to me. Now, The Girl Who Cried Pearls is a possibility. It's a cool stop motion one, and it has a Toronto Film Festival prize. But they don't usually go for the stop motion ones that much. So I really think this is coming down to Forever Green, Girl Who Cried Pearls, or Butterfly. But my prediction is going to be Forever Green. My personal pick, though, if I had a ballot, would be Butterfly. I think that's just a really beautiful movie. Moving on now to Best Live Action Short. The nominees for this one are Butcher's Stain, A Friend of Dorothy, Jane Austen's period drama, The Singers, and Two People Exchanging Saliva. So a lot of people think this one is going to A Friend of Dorothy, which is really easygoing and funny, about a young man and an old woman becoming friends, or going to Two People Exchanging Saliva, which is really well made. I think Friend of Dorothy is just too simple though, and Two People Exchanging Saliva, it has an AFI jury prize and it's backed by the New Yorker, but I think it's going to be a bit too out there and artsy for some voters. So I actually think this is going to go to The Singers. It's a really nice short about a bunch of guys in a bar who start singing different songs together, and it goes down easily, and it is also distributed by Netflix, so a ton of people have been able to watch it. So that's my prediction, and it would also be my vote here if I had a ballot. I just found it to be really heartwarming and a short that I actually do want to watch again. The next category is Best Documentary Short. There's All the Empty Rooms, Armed Only with a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renaud, Children No More, Were and Are Gone, The Devil is Busy, and Perfectly a Strangeness. So of all the nominees in this category, I think this is coming down to two of the nominees. That would be All the Empty Rooms, which is being distributed by Netflix, and Armed Only with a Camera, The Life and Death of Brent Renaud, which is distributed by HBO. Now, both of these are quite powerful. All the Empty Rooms tackles the subject of school shootings and has a journalist inspecting and taking pictures of different rooms of the children that were victims. And then the Brent Renaud documentary covers the journalist and the various types of stories that he covered during his career before his untimely death. I think this is going to go to All the Empty Rooms, though. It really just hits you like a freight train when you watch it, and it would also be my personal pick as well if I had a ballot. I think that it rises above the rest of the pack in this category. Next, we have Best Visual Effects. This is going to Avatar Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners for nominees. And this is one of the easier ones of the night. It's gonna be Avatar Fire and Ash. I mean, you don't doubt James Cameron movies when it comes to visual effects. So that's easily my prediction. And it would also be my vote in this category as well. Despite the third film being a little bit of a step down from the other two, the visuals are still just undeniable for the world of Pandora. The next category is Best Sound, and the nominees here are F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Seurat. I believe that this is going to go to F1. It won at Critics' Choice and it won the BAFTA as well. They really love their cars go vroom vroom in this category. So yeah, F1 is my prediction. If I had a ballot though, I would actually vote for Sinners. I found the mixing in that film to be quite incredible. Especially there's so much music going on while dialogue's going on as well in that movie, and they just did a really good job at balancing everything. The next category is Best Original Music Score. This is Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. And the easy prediction here is gonna be for Sinners. It's been dominating the whole season, so there's no reason to think that it wouldn't win now. My vote for this category though would actually go to One Battle After Another. I think that Johnny Greenwood is quite overdue. He's done a ton of great scores with Paul Thomas Anderson, and this score is no different. Even though it's pretty minimalist with just using some piano keys at times, I think it's really great at building tension throughout the film. Next category is Best Original Song. We have Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, I Lied to You from Sinners, Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verde, which was a surprise nominee, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. So of course Diane Warren is back in this category like she has been for like the past 11 years or something, but unfortunately she's not gonna win again. A lot of people think this is going to Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, and there's no denying that that song is a just massive hit on the charts. But to me, this is one where I'm going to deviate a bit. I think that this is actually going to go to I Lied to You from Sinners. Because if I'm putting my mind as an Academy member, a ton of people are going to be voting for Sinners for Best Picture. And if you're voting for Best Picture for it, I don't see how you don't vote for this song in the song category. Because the I Lied to You is like the centerpiece of the movie. It's like the scene of the year. So I think that this is going to upset over Golden. And it would easily be my vote as well. That whole scene with the tracking shot and the different musicians is just amazing. Next we have Best Makeup and Hairstyling. The nominees are Frankenstein, Kokuho, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister. So this one is pretty easily going to Frankenstein. The work on Jacob Elordi is quite impressive. And it's also nice to see Kokuho, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister here, as this is the only category all three of those are nominated in, and the makeup's just great in all of them. I would actually vote for The Ugly Stepsister. I think it's just quite amazing, the mix of period piece work and body horror work that went into that film. The next category is going to be Best Costume Design, and the nominees are Avatar Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. This is going to be another win for Frankenstein. It's been sweeping here as well, and it's pretty easy to see why. Just look at everything that Mia Goth wears in that film. It's quite amazing. My pick would actually be Sinners, though. I love the different suits that Michael B. Jordan and the other men are wearing in this, and also the various dresses. The juke joint party alone just has so many different styles of outfits, and I really love the costume work there. Now we're going to move on to Best Production Design. The nominees here are Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. And same thing here, Frankenstein has been sweeping this category as well, so it's my prediction here. A lot of the work in Frankenstein is great, though I did find it a bit too glossy at times, the mix with the visual effects and the production design. But it's hard to deny production design in a Guillermo del Toro movie. They always look pretty stunning. So that's my prediction. My vote again would be Sinners here, though. I think that it's just really distinct with its look, and the juke joint is just one of the more memorable sets in the past few years in movies. The next category is Best Film Editing, and the nominees are F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Now, F1 and Sinners have picked up a few awards in this category throughout the season, and I thought Marty Supreme was going to be a bit of a bigger player in this category as well because of all the cutting with the ping pong, but it hasn't shown up as much. Sentimental Value was a nice surprise to see in this category, but the winner is pretty easily going to be One Battle After Another. The pacing in that film is just quite remarkable, and it's been winning in this category pretty much everywhere. It would also have my vote as well. It's just so brisk for being, a 2.5 hour movie. It flew by. The next category is going to be Best Cinematography. The nominees here are Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. And this is a great lineup here. I believe this is going to go to One Battle After Another. It won an ASC and it won the BAFTA. But I wouldn't count out Sinners though. I mean, it does have that really standout tracking shot in the middle of the film. My vote though would actually be for Train Dreams. I would go with the Critics' Choice winner. I just think that this film is stunning, the amount of different landscapes and golden hour shots that it has in it. It just had my jaw on the floor at times. Next up we have the new category of the year, which is Best Casting. And the nominees are Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. I believe this is going to go to Sinners. It won the SAG Ensemble Prize, which is huge for it, and the casting director for it is also Francine Maisler. Go ahead and look up her filmography. She just has an amazing career in the casting field. I would actually vote for Marty Supreme though. I think that the mix of professional and non-professional actors in that film is just quite amazing. Alright, next up is Best Documentary Feature. The nominees here are The Alabama Solution, Come See Me in the Good Light, Cutting Through Rocks, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, and The Perfect Neighbor. Now, The Perfect Neighbor has the Astra Documentary Award and Critics' Choice Award, but the momentum here is really behind Mr. Nobody Against Putin. That's going to be my prediction, because it just came off a huge BAFTA win. So I think that a lot of people are going with The Perfect Neighbor here. It does have Netflix behind it, so that's pretty big, but I think that Mr. Nobody Against Putin is going to surprise here. So that's my prediction. It would also be my vote here. I just found that documentary really gripping from beginning to end. Next we have Best International Feature. The nominees here are The Secret Agent, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, The Voice of Hind Rajab, and Surat. I like all of these, except I wasn't too big on Surat. I really think that No Other Choice should have been here instead of that film. but I think that the winner here is going to be Sentimental Value. It just won big at BAFTA. It has a directing and editing nomination and picked up the surprise Elle Fanning nomination. And I think that's what they're going to go for. But I wouldn't be shocked if The Secret Agent won, though. It does have Critics' Choice and Golden Globe behind it, so that's pretty big as well. But my vote here would also be Sentimental Value. That's one of my favorite movies of the year. It's just a really powerful drama. Next up is Best Animated Feature. The nominees here are Arco, Elio, K-Pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie or the Character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. This one's also pretty easy to predict. The winner, I think, is going to be K-Pop Demon Hunters. It's just a cultural phenomenon. It's been winning pretty much everywhere as well. Though, look out for Zootopia 2. It did win the BAFTA, but K-pop was ineligible there, so that kind of renders that moot. My vote would actually be for Little Amelie or the Character of Rain. That's just a stunning, painterly animated movie that really touched my heart. Now we are on to Best Original Screenplay. The nominees here are Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. So the winner here is going to be Sinners quite easily. Ryan Coogler's been dominating in this category, and he just picked up the WGA one the other night, so there's not really any reason to doubt him here. In the beginning of the season, a lot of people thought it might go to It Was Just an Accident, but that movie kind of fizzled out. My vote here would actually go to Sentimental Value. I think that that's just a great, complex script, and it's just full of three-dimensional characters, and I love it quite a bit. Now we're going on to Best Adapted Screenplay. The nominees here are Bugonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. This is gonna be Paul Thomas Anderson's first win of the night with One Battle After Another. It doesn't even really have competition. He's been dominating here. So you have Coogler dominating in original screenplay and Anderson dominating in this category. So they're both pretty predictable categories. And my vote would be for One Battle After Another as well. I think that Anderson just created such an amazing saga with this film, and it's really thematically rich. It has great characters. Moving on now to Best Supporting Actress. This is Elle Fanning for Sentimental Value, Ingrid's daughter Lilius for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners, and Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. So the Sentimental Value ladies are both great in that film, but really they're just happy to be here because this category is a three-horse race between Amy Madigan, Wunmi Mosaku, and Teyana Taylor. This category has been absolutely insane the entire season. Just ask any Oscar pundit, and we've been losing our minds over this category, the ups and downs of who's been nominated where and who's been winning where. So we have Teyana Taylor winning the Golden Globe and in the likely Best Picture winning film, and then Wunmi Mosaku won BAFTA as well, which was huge, as Sinners is really picking up steam. But Amy Madigan, despite her being the only nominee for Weapons, has been one of the favorites of the whole season. She's won at Critics' Choice, she won most importantly SAG the other night, and she also won Astra Supporting Actress in a Drama. So the smart play here might be Wunmi Mosaku because she has the BAFTA steam, which is bigger than Teyana Taylor's Golden Globe. But Madigan has Critics' Choice and SAG, and everyone just thinks it would be a great career win as well. Plus, like, you can't watch Weapons and not think of her afterwards. She gives such a standout performance as the villain in that movie. So yeah, my prediction is going to be Amy Madigan for this category. My own vote, though, if I had a ballot, would be Teyana Taylor. I think that she just really stands out in One Battle After Another. She's really the focus of the film for like the first 30 minutes. But despite her going away after that, she really stays with you. It feels like her presence is still there despite her leaving. Another category that's been a bit hard to pinpoint this season is Best Supporting Actor. The nominees are Benicio del Toro for One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo for Sinners, a surprise nomination there, Sean Penn for One Battle After Another, and Stellan Skarsgård for Sentimental Value. So Lindo should just be happy to be there because he didn't really have any precursors. He was a nice surprise nomination for Sinners. Del Toro won a bunch of critics prizes, but his wins kind of fizzled down after that. Jacob Elordi surprised by winning at Critics' Choice, but Stellan Skarsgård won an Astra Award and the Golden Globe, and for a bit there, a lot of people thought that he was going to be the winner because pretty much every predictor thought he was going to win at BAFTA. However, the BAFTA actually ended up going with Sean Penn, and he won the SAG as well. So I'm predicting Sean Penn here pretty easily to win. The SAG-BAFTA combination is really hard to defeat. My personal vote, though, would be for Stellan Skarsgård. I think he's just had an amazing career, and his performance in Sentimental Value is quite remarkable and arguably the best of his career. Before I continue, please hit that like button if you're enjoying this video, and consider subscribing and enabling notifications if you haven't already. You can also find and follow me on the social media platforms Blue Sky, Letterboxd, Backlog, and Award Expert. Now we're going to talk Best Actress, which is usually notoriously a really hard category to predict, but this year it's actually quite easy. The nominees are Jessie Buckley for Hamnet, Rose Byrne for If I Had Legs I'd Kick You, Kate Hudson for Song Sung Blue, Renata Reinsve for Sentimental Value, and Emma Stone for Begonia. So Rose Byrne has won a few prizes here, but she's in a really distant second if we're being realistic. This is quite easily going to Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. She's just been absolutely sweeping this season. And I actually feel proud in predicting this because my first Oscar predictions for this year, way back in like May, I first predicted her to win Best Actress, and I've never wavered since. So I've been calling this for many months. So she's definitely my prediction to win. My personal vote would actually be Renata Reinsve. I think that she is just absolutely incredible in Sentimental Value. She's been quite an up-and-coming actress. The Worst Person in the World, another Joachim Trier movie. She's also amazing in that. So I just can't wait to see what she does next, and I would vote for her here. Now we are moving on to Best Actor. We have Timothée Chalamet for Marty Supreme, Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another, Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon, Michael B. Jordan for Sinners, and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent. So for a long time, this looked like it was gonna be Timothée Chalamet's to lose. He had a big year last year with A Complete Unknown and was arguably second place behind Adrian Brody, and he also won SAG last year. And for Marty Supreme this year, he won a bunch of critics prizes, won Critics' Choice Awards, won Astra Comedy and Golden Globe Comedy. However, the tides have kind of shifted. Now you have Wagner Moura, who has Golden Globe Drama, so he's definitely a dark horse in the category. However, Sinners has become really strong lately, and the huge win for Michael B. Jordan at SAG is kind of undeniable. Now, if Chalamet had won BAFTA or SAG, I would say he would still be your winner, but Robert Aramayo won at BAFTA because they went with their hometown British nominee, and then SAG, he didn't win there. Michael B. Jordan won, and the room just erupted for him. And really important here also is that the SAG one happened right in the middle of Oscar voting too, as well. So I think that Chalamet's still a possibility, but I'm gonna go with Michael B. Jordan since Sinners is so strong. I think that's gonna be an extra win for it. My personal choice, though, is actually the person who would least likely win, and that's gonna be Ethan Hawke. He's just had a great career, and this is another great performance from him under Richard Linklater. It's a very talky and showy role, but I just think he's quite amazing in Blue Moon throughout. Next up, we have Best Director. The nominees are Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson for One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier for Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. Now, Ryan Coogler won the Astra Award for Best Director, and I do think he is a distant second here. However, my prediction is Paul Thomas Anderson. He's been sweeping the season. A lot of people are saying this is finally his time to win. He's like the most overdue person in movie business. He won DGA, CCA, Golden Globes, and BAFTA, so it's pretty easy to predict Paul Thomas Anderson. He would also be my personal vote as well. I think he did such an amazing job with One Battle After Another. Just makes it fly by, gets great performances out of the cast, and it's just a great movie. Alright, it's time for the biggest prize of the night, Best Picture. The nominees are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. So this is going to come down to One Battle After Another versus Sinners. Sinners has the SAG Ensemble win and the Astra Drama Award as well, and it's been building a lot of steam. It gained the most nominations in Academy Award history with 16, so that's nothing to shun. So yeah, it's definitely a possibility, especially with the SAG Ensemble the other night. It's been getting a lot of love lately. However, One Battle After Another has more Best Picture wins under its belt, so that's going to be my prediction. I can't ignore that it has the Astra Comedy Prize, it has BAFTA, Critics' Choice, DGA, Golden Globe Comedy, Gotham, LAFCA, MBR, NYFCC, and most notably it won the Producers Guild Award, which often lines up with what goes on to win Best Picture. So my prediction for Best Picture is One Battle After Another. Now my personal vote here, while I love One Battle After Another and it'd probably be in second place for me, my vote is going to go to Sentimental Value. That's going to be very high up whenever I finalize my favorite movies of 2025, so that would have my vote. And there you have it. Those are my final predictions for the 2026 Oscars. I'm really looking forward to the show, and I can't wait to see what ends up winning. Thank you so much for watching this video. You can check out these other videos on Resta Reviews right now.